Everyone. Greg, Matt, Jesselyn, Blaine, Alex, Charlotte, Zoe, and myself would like to thank you formally for your support over the course of 5 years for Fourth Wall Breaking Entertainment from the WayneZ0207 channel. This whole thing started out as a grand adventure for autism awareness and research through the charity organization Hurst Entertainment. Back then, there were only 3 of us, and it was because of your support that our content has evolved into such a beautiful masterpiece as this. Without you, we wouldn't have made it this far. And so, this episode was dedicated to all of you fans, especially those who attended the 5th anniversary celebration party. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Ever found yourself finding the perfect link in the middle of research to communicate information or tell your story? Have you found yourself in a situation where you must publicly speak or record a video? Need better way to afford tech books and pay fees? We have you covered on all fronts. Welcome to Season 3's latest episode of Life of a Content Creating College Student. In recognition of WayneZ0207's 5th anniversary, we bring you your hosts, WayneZ0207 and Charlotte Waite.
Hey, speaking of which, are we live? Are we seriously? Oh, yeah, I think we may be live, yeah. We're live.
We're live.
Hello?
How's it going, Belgar?
Anyways, welcome to the first charity live stream. I've been waiting for this moment for a really long time.
Yes, you have.
There will be 6 types of live streams. 2 of them are the same thing. So it's going to be the gaming and video reaction live streams, which is going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Then on Friday, we'll be doing Flashback Fridays. Saturday, we'll be doing Spooky Saturday. Monday is the mainstream, and there's one more type that only occurs every month. It is a pay-per-view.
What a beautiful memory.
That is so fun to watch back. Colton, you look so young. Can you believe it? No beard.
Yeah, no beard. Hello, folks. WayneZ0207 here. Hope you're doing fantastic as always. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 7, also known as the 5th anniversary special for the WayneZ0207 channel of Life of a Content Creating College Student.
Ba-ba-da-dum. I'm here, Charlotte Waite, joining as always to celebrate this fantastic anniversary. Thank you for having me here, Colton.
Of course, 5 years ago, something truly monumental occurred from only 3 fish hatchery workers. All it took was 3, not much else.
And look at what it's transpired to today, right?
Absolutely.
That's so fun.
All that time and effort upgrading the equipment, making memories.
Yeah, jumping onto different modalities from streaming to podcasting to video creation. Lots of evolution.
Yes. And by golly, what a phenomenon this has just become.
Yeah, to your own awards ceremony.
Yes, absolutely. And before we delve into that, as well as more things to come, it's time to go into our episode cover for this particular episode. It's going to be a really special episode. We made sure to go all out for you folks. Believe us when we say that. So, we're going to start out with our random fact of the day. Or wait, no, not random fact of the day. Silly me. Our episode quote.
Mhm.
A true legacy exists in the persistent rhythm of kindness. It echoes through the ages, resonating in the hearts of those we touch. By Nelson Mandela.
Absolutely. The legacy of kindness, right?
Yes. And that's how it all started out. An act of kindness.
Yeah. I think that's really touching.
Yes, it truly is. And I just can't begin to describe the feeling. And tip of the episode, awards are coming up.
Mm.
If you have been nominated, seek out recommendations and also nominate or recommend others yourself, especially when it comes to faculty awards. They are just as deserving.
Oh, everyone, right? Everyone deserves to be acknowledged and to be loved and to be appreciated, right?
Yeah. And for those of you who are within Oregon Tech, the faculty nominations are due May 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Our random fact, this is actually WayneZ0207 related, believe it or not.
Ooh, I like that. Timely.
WayneZ0207, that's me.
Mhm.
I started my content creating career on the same day that Jaden Animations did our first live stream to benefit starving children during the pandemic.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
A day that will go down in infamy.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, wow. I think it was just comedic timing. What do you think?
Yeah, there was something in the air, maybe, perhaps at that time.
Yeah, perhaps so. I mean, wow. I'm at a loss of words.
Did you ever think that first day that you started that you'd be here 5 years later?
I did not imagine that.
Mhm.
I mean, possibilities were endless. I mean, I think the same can be said for all of us as creators. All of us had to walk a different path. All of us have different moments in our careers. Those who might have evolved quicker than others, some who might have not made the spotlight, and
Mhm.
some who are still searching for their niche.
Yeah, absolutely. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I would have to say it's kind of hard to imagine, especially with all the changing trends and even Gen Alpha dominating the creator space with their own trends, which I describe as, oh, meh.
Yeah. You're Gen Z, yeah?
Yeah, I'm Gen Z.
Nice. Well, there's been a lot that have happened in the past 5 years and a lot to look forward to. But first, I want to just shorten this time frame that we're reflecting on to 2 weeks. What went well in the last 2 weeks for you?
We're going to start off with the fun stuff.
Yeah.
The awards. For starters, I obtained a nomination letter from Alex, as pointed out in the prior episode.
Amazing.
And I've also obtained various letters of recommendation from Professor Kivatinos,
Great.
Dr. Clint, Professor
Perfect.
Hallie Neupert, Diana,
Outstanding.
and even my childhood friend Sohan.
Ooh.
Basically, I've reached the max amount of letters for both awards.
Wow. That's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
That means something to have that many people that are able to hype you up and sing good praises, you know?
Yes, absolutely. And believe it or not, we actually held our own awards ceremony.
Ba-ba-da-da.
Let's say we relive one of those moments.
Oh.
Technical difficulties.
Look at that moment, folks.
This is so kind. So we're at a pizza place in Colton's, making awards. Oh, my hair was crazy that day. I didn't think I would get an award. I was shocked. You surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Aww.
No, it's so kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, well deserved by both of us.
No, that's so kind. You'll have to put the picture of both of us with our awards up. That's perfect.
Yeah, we both have those pictures saved.
Yes. No, that's so special. Thank you for sending that to me.
Of course.
Yeah, and they're all up on your socials, right? So if anyone wants to go back and watch any of the videos and any of the award recipients, they can do that.
Correct. And yeah, it was quite an amazing awards ceremony. I mean, the competition was intense.
Yeah. I was like, I'm up against the word against Colton and Greg and Alex. I was like, no way, Jose. They're all stars, dynamite.
Well, between the both of us, we had kept this channel going. And that's why so many people had voted for you.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, everyone who voted for me. It's very touching.
Mm-hmm. As for everyone who provided me with support as well, we're both grateful, as we will be expressing here pretty shortly.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And as an added bonus, top honors, 3rd year in a row,
Woohoo.
and we've got an exciting trip planned to go to Portland.
Yeah, we're going up to Portland for a weekend, 2 nights. We're visiting some grad schools. We're doing some cultural activities as well. The Cinco de Mayo festival up there, as well as the Chinese gardens. It's going to be jam-packed fun.
Yes, absolutely. A nice little bit of a getaway.
Yeah. Some space for you to just unplug and have fun.
Yeah. No worries about academics.
Nice.
No
Yeah.
worries about content creation. Just some time out.
A little vacation for you.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a
absolutely.
little bit academic since we're talking about grad school. Maybe some inspiration.
Yeah, perhaps both of those elements, most certainly.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be good. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Well, how are these things helping you grow or going to help you grow in the future? And what are you hoping to gain out of it? Or what have you already gained out of these experiences?
I've reached a point in my academic career where I'm not just concerned for the success of myself as a student, but for the success of other students and even the staff and faculty. This is a time where I'm unlocking everyone's full potential, since every one of us here has a role to play in content creation and academia. I'm just like, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
If I'm crossing that finish line, I'm taking you with me.
I love that. It's fun when you're able to get to a position where you're able to really focus on others and help other people out. Don't you agree?
Yes, absolutely. I think that occurs over time gradually. At first, the
Yeah.
students are not as acclimated to the academic environment, but then
Mhm.
they look back and they see all the challenges and hardships that they have overcome. And they grow to appreciate the community that they're a part of.
Yeah.
And so they bring themselves, along with their peers, even some of their superiors, to glory.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's really cool. I see that happen in top a lot. You know, students that grow and learn and then turn around and say, you know, I'm not going to gatekeep this knowledge. I'm going to spread out the love. And just like the quote of the episode, right? Kindness, you're remembered for kindness. And that's what students like you do in top, right? You turn around and you share that kindness and you make things a little bit easier for those around you, right?
Yeah.
We talked about great things that have happened in the last 2 weeks, but what's a setback that you've encountered?
Okay, so I was forced to carry out a couple of late nighters during the past week or so due to preparations for Catalyze and the due diligence that statistics requires. My first math class in what? Couple of years?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to dust off the rust, right?
Which I was able to do with the help of the Math Learning Lab.
Oh, great resource on campus. Great job being connected with them.
Right, especially since statistics will probably play a pivotal role when I finally learn machine learning and then go on to attempt to master Intel's AI system.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A great stepping stone right there for you.
Yes.
Well, what's one thing that you can take away from this, and how can you turn this into an accomplishment?
If you have a tough course, strategically utilize your time inside and outside of class. It can mean the difference when balancing high academic achievement with rest.
Yeah, I like that. Strategically utilize your time. You know, I recently had a discussion with a student where they asked about, how do I make sacrifices with my academics? I told them, I was like, well, sacrifice isn't the right word, right? We can fit the things that you want to do with the things that you need to do. We just need to, organize and be strategic about it. How are we moving things around? Where are our wiggle rooms? So that's great. sometimes we do have to spend some late nights, but maybe the next day we're able to take a nap, catch some of that sleep back up, right?
Yeah.
It's a shifting rather
Mhm.
than sacrificing.
Yeah, lately LRC 233 has been my go-to for some of my naps.
It's a pretty great spot.
Combine that with some earbuds as well as a power nap video, golden.
Done. How about your other classes? How are those going?
Okay, so in Psychology 347, we were introduced to key organizational behavior concepts, including the definition of organizational behavior itself, and I even incorporated the knowledge from my certification last term into the class discussions, which led to some pretty interesting insights.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do with knowledge is compound it, right?
Right, and we also discussed some concepts like diversity and even making decisions in management.
Cool.
So those were all pretty interesting. And
Yeah.
then MIS 206, we dove into what management information systems are,
Mhm.
learned about the hardware of computers and how they function,
Mm.
and we even dove into software and privacy and ethics.
Wow. Okay. You're covering a lot in that class.
Yes, for just 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't even gotten into the papers yet.
Oh.
Meanwhile, in Stats 243, we learned about what it means to think statistically, learned about interpreting statistics in media such as graphs, even thought about standard deviation, empirical rule, linear regression, and various others.
Mm-hmm.
All that data.
Yeah. Are you jumping into the p-value?
Oh, the p-value. I haven't gotten there yet, I think.
Okay. It'll come. It'll come.
Business 326 discussed personal selling, selling in organizations, ethics in selling, and even adaptive selling.
Oh, okay. Adaptivity. That's pretty fun. What's the name of that class?
Sales/sales management.
Okay. That makes sense why you're talking about so much selling.
Right. And believe it or not, I'm actually putting myself out there every day, not just through this podcast, but through my various project proposals with various stakeholders within Oregon Tech and even outside. If I had to choose a second career outside of content creation, it would be project management.
Yeah.
My third choice would be teaching.
Oh, cool. Well, who says you can't do it all? Right?
Maybe.
Project management is awesome. Why are you so intrigued about project management?
I don't know what it is that stuck out to me, but it's like I've basically done that throughout the entirety of my content creation career.
Yeah.
And even throughout my academics, applied my academics to solve a problem. It would make complete sense that I would go down this route.
It really does. I think that would be a cool career to dabble in a little bit because, yeah, like you said, content creation and project management go side by side, right?
Right. Absolutely.
That's pretty cool. Well, what lessons were taught and how can you apply these lessons to enhance your studies?
Be careful of graphs. They can mess up an interpretation or calculation in the blink of an eye. Also, content creation is a form of personal selling, whether you see it or not.
Oh, yeah.
You're always putting yourself out there.
Yeah, you got to sell yourself, right? To get people to buy what you're doing, right? Buy into it, right? To watch your videos, to listen to your podcasts.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. I like that. Well, we've been focusing on the last 2 weeks, but now I want to jump back and focus back on the last 5 years. We're kind of doing a 5-year sandwich between your 2-week reflections. What are some of your happiest memories that we can celebrate on this 5-year anniversary episode?
I would say most certainly the humble beginnings between myself, GL Viking Fisherman 63, and Matt DC 123, who we will be discussing in a moment. But back then, like I said, it was just 3 of us, just ordinary life out at the hatchery. Just my mom, myself, Dad, and Greg. Back then, things were just so much different.
Yeah.
Greg and I didn't consider ourselves like brothers. Back then, we were frenemies/rivals.
That's funny.
Yeah, we were constantly at each other's throats.
Yeah. Over what?
Just in general.
That's funny.
Yeah. All those times Greg overcharged in Tekken bowling. All those times he got roasted in Mortal Kombat. All the times he got roasted in the Hollywood roast.
That's funny.
Even all the triple multi-ball stacks Greg got to see me pull off.
He was there for all of them, huh?
Yeah. And he didn't even mind playing the sidekick at all.
Yeah?
And believe it or not, we actually had something going with the Harley Davidson video mode.
Yeah.
So basically, there's a sound clip that plays whenever you run over a pedestrian, which is the whole goal of the mode, believe it or not.
Oh my gosh.
A bit extreme, I know.
Yeah.
And basically, when that sound play, it would play the sound known as whoa.
Oh, whoa.
However, Greg called it blow. He thought they were saying blow
Whoa.
when they were actually saying whoa.
Yeah.
I still think they say whoa because it's pretty clear by the way that they say the first letter that they articulate it that
Whoa,
they're in
buh.
complete shock by being hit by the motorcycle.
Yeah. I would assume that they'd be in shock after something like that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
And who says blow? Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Blow.
I think this is reflective of that one meme that came about in like, just say it was before 2020. Laurel and Yanny.
Yes. No, I feel like that was probably during, because that was TikTok. I feel like 2021 or something like that. Maybe 2020. Laurel, Yanny. Maybe it was 2020.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow, time just flies. I mean, that's just a testament, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's all a big, time. It flows and it can get convoluted.
Absolutely. I mean, it's crazy to think that this is third season, right?
Yeah, and believe it or not, the Minecraft series, we actually had a Minecraft series going for a
Ooh.
little bit. And it was going to be a whole conundrum where we basically invited all my friends to my server and we basically do all sorts of crazy adventures.
Yeah.
That got discontinued due to the lack of availability for Xbox Online services.
Oh, I see.
Tight budget.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It adds up. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Well, what happened in your second year of Hurst Entertainment?
Ooh. We discovered OBS Studio Red.
Wow. I love that.
Back then, I only had 8 gigs of RAM. Couldn't effectively utilize it as I am right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, President Beeman became second in command at the end of 2021.
Cool. What's he up to now?
She's got a kid with someone else.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Look how much time has passed.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, President Beeman.
Yeah. Congrats to the person who I considered my love interest at one point.
Oh, that's pretty fun. Well, I'm glad that they're happy now.
Yeah. And that was basically the end of Hurst Entertainment after I graduated and held my graduation party out of my dad's.
Okay.
All it took was one last live stream to put an end to it. It was going to be a little bit more grandiose, but given the lack of resources, that was all we could pull off.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do at the time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so afterwards, I would go on my independent routes as my internet alias. I would not be working under an organization. I would be doing my own thing.
Okay.
And when I went into college, I went on a brief career break to focus on my academics. And then Math 111 came along and I felt myself, losing that sort of like motivation or pizzazz.
Yeah.
But luckily enough, I met someone who would become profound in the channel's history.
Oh, profound.
That person is my co-host.
No way. Oh my gosh. Colton, you're so kind. I just remember when we were talking about the possibility of starting a podcast and how exciting I was for it, because that had been a hot second since the last time I had, really been an active part in one before. And yeah, it was just truly so much fun to connect with you and see your passion and work with you and see your growth throughout these 3 years. It's been so cool.
I've gotten to see you change as well. I remember the time where you told everyone that you were a Slytherin.
Bum, bum, bum. Still am.
You remember that I was a Gryffindor?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can see that. I can see that from a mile away.
I admit, during my workaholic times, there were some Slytherin elements to it.
Yeah. I think we're a little bit of everything, right? Have you ever watched the movies?
I've heard about the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, okay.
And I've even seen some videos on, like AI videos
Oh.
where Voldemort was part of this like council of villains.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's kind of pretty interesting to see what people come up with these types of things.
Yeah.
Especially with pop culture.
Yeah, it is so fun.
Yes. And it was during season 1 that I discovered who I truly wanted to be.
Yeah, it opened some doors for you, right?
We also played Jackbox games on stream due to the prior interactions with Charlotte and Top.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. Also, Claire.
Claire was a big part of it as well.
Yes, absolutely. We definitely should give Claire some shout outs.
Yes. And that was also the season we released my documentary, The Advanced Technological Philosophy.
Yes. Wow. I can't believe that was. Gosh, wow. This is such a flashback in time. It feels like it was just last year when that was released.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I remember my mom freaking out at the possibility of this film becoming a reality.
Yeah. She was so excited.
Yeah, she was like, don't bring that character to life.
Yeah. That's funny. How about season 2? What came with season 2?
Well, we discovered Audacity and audio engineering. That was also a big part that you played along in this.
Yeah, I love Audacity.
Because
podcasting on a budget, right?
Yeah. Back then, we didn't have much equipment or high-grade software to work with.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It was really cool. A really cool opportunity, right?
Yeah. And I also discovered simulcasting during this time once I obtained my GeForce RTX laptop.
Yes. This fancy laptop still with us today.
Yes.
What else did you do in season 2?
Well, we campaigned against workaholism with Zoe, who became our recurring guest during that time.
Yes. That was so much fun, season 2, having her here every week or every other week. That's what we did last year.
Whenever I speak with her nowadays, she always mentions how she missed our talks in the mornings and the afternoons.
Oh, yeah. I miss Zoe.
During that phase where I was a workaholic myself, the SIB office was basically my safe space.
Yeah, they're great in there, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think they're my safe space as well.
Yeah, so back then, they were my prime resource since I also had Shawnee as well.
Love Shawnee. She's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen.
Yeah. And also, I went on a pretty special trip to Washington, D.C. to learn about the Copyright Office and what it does.
Yeah. Among other things, right? Right?
Yeah, we made so many good memories there.
DC was a blast and a half. I miss it every day.
That was when I got to know my co-host a little bit more.
Yeah, it was a good time. Time away, right?
Yeah. And then season 3, after I came back from my brief hiatus, upgraded the sound system.
Yes. Look at this. Can you guys hear the difference? I want you to go back to season 1. Now go back to season 2. Okay. Now keep on listening. Do you hear this? It's pretty outstanding.
Yeah. We also had the opportunity to complain about Heihachi's return to Tekken.
Yes.
How do you feel about his return now that he's been back for quite some time?
Quite some time. The burn has subsided a little bit. Gotten used to him. But still, what on earth? How did that happen?
Yeah. Hence why we had to nominate him for the Sinister Stream Scoundrel Award.
No, that's true. I voted for the Gatekeeper.
Same here.
Yeah.
None can get as malicious as the Gatekeeper does when we play Atmosphere.
Talk about a goober, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think the last thing that sort of celebrated accomplishments in leadership.
Yeah. Talk more about those.
That's something I've really been focusing on this past year.
Yeah. What accomplishments do you like to celebrate?
Oh, the key ones, even the small victories.
Yeah. What would you say is your largest accomplishment?
Oh, man, there's just so many to keep track of. I'd say it's forming the bonds that I cherish most in my life. Those who are in my inner circle.
Yeah. And being a leader and helping others through. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, overall, how has the channel changed over the past 5 years? And really what I want to know are what are 3 key takeaways that you've learned from everything you worked on which also includes the works that may not have had the best audio, especially I'm thinking back season 1.
Sound is tough in content creation and can make or break a video.
Yeah.
You can have great technology and messaging, but what good is it if the audio is not properly designed and implemented? Something I wanted to communicate in the prior episode. The second thing I would say is cherish the memories you make with your collaborators. They might become the people who are going to be involved in your daily activities and routines for life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then 3, show authenticity and never stop improving. People want to see who you become as a result of your work. Content creation should be something you enjoy and are passionate about.
Yeah, I think that's big. I feel like sometimes you see content creators that don't know when to quit, that you can tell they've lost the spark for things. So really, I think your other point before the cherish your memories really goes hand in hand with enjoying and keeping your passion, right? Be present for everything, no matter how long that you've been doing it, which is cool. 5 years for you now, right?
Right.
And understanding your passion might evolve, right? From live streams to podcasts to movies, making a movie. Who knows? The next thing you're going to do is write a book, right? No.
That's the next step.
Yeah.
If only.
If only. No. Well, this has been a fun walk down memory lane, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
What are 3 things that you did as a college student this past 2 weeks that you had fun with?
Specifically the events. I know this is really not a college event, but I'm including the 5th anniversary anyways.
No, it was great. Well, you had a lot of great college supporters, right? It's that network, the bonds that you've made.
Right. And speaking of the bonds that we've made, especially the bonds that we shared within the original 3, that's something that I need to talk about. I need to talk about Matt DC123. I don't know how else to say this except he has moved on. We don't.
He's still here. He's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive, but he's just not involved with us anymore per se. And yeah, we're just at a loss of words, but we hope that you're doing well, Matt. And Greg even had his own piece to say.
Hey there, this is GL Viking Fisherman 63 coming to you from my humble abode. And just wanted to say thank you to Mr. Matt Coleman for help starting Hurst Entertainment quite a few years ago. It's been an honor, and we understand you have moved on to other things in life and are too busy now to participate. So we appreciate it. All the help you've given us in the past, and you will always be remembered in our hearts and be part of our history. So with that, this is the recent recipient of the Pandemonium Punchline Award for Hurst Entertainment. Signing off.
Oh, that's so kind.
Alex bid him farewell as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, what matters most is that we've got what we have right now.
Yeah, just like you said, right?
Also, top karaoke, origami workshop, and consent with fries.
Woohoo! It's fun.
I'm hurrying this along since we're not using the klaxon horn this episode, and we're running low on time.
Oh, okay.
And so, 10 for varying reasons. Got to sing the song that I couldn't play for the 5th anniversary Creator Legacy Award reception for top karaoke. Had a fun time getting artistic away from the tediousness of statistics, and most importantly, got to recognize someone I care about. Charlotte and I are grateful for the support everyone has shown us. Our contributions have made a lasting impact on those we've served, and we take great pleasure in knowing that these people are going to remember us for the things we did on this podcast.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for listening. Really, truly. If we didn't have listeners, we wouldn't be able to do anything, right?
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and move along to our scholarly shoutouts.
Perfect.
First one goes to Top itself.
Woohoo!
Top had introduced me to Charlotte, who is now a beloved legacy creator on this channel.
Thank you, Oregon Tech, for hiring me.
Legacy.
Thank you, Colton.
A legacy character. How does it feel?
That's, it's a loss for words. I often find myself, I feel like I'm a very forgettable person. So it's like truly an honor to, have you recognizing me and to feel seen by you, Colton. I really appreciate it. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to have fun with you.
And I was seeing you work so hard. I couldn't stand you going without that official recognition any longer.
You were so kind. No, it's just treat enough being here and being on this podcast. And, I don't necessarily need awards, but man, it sure makes my heart happy to have you acknowledge that. And I really appreciate that, Colton.
Of course. And we also like to give a shout out to Jacob Dennis, who came to support Charlotte and I when we established our legacy on this channel.
That was awesome. Thank you, Jacob. It was so much fun seeing you.
Yeah. And I'd also like to give credit to all the awards recipient at the 5th anniversary awards ceremony. Except for you, Gatekeeper.
You thought.
This isn't possible.
Yeah. You got the worst award possible. Why would we acknowledge you?
It's because you played a sneaks game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was... You know what? Let's stop talking about him.
Fine. Have your victory. I'll wait for some genuine competition to show up.
Yeah. And credit goes to Matt DC. 123, who helped make Hurst Entertainment come to life alongside Jill, Viking Fisherman 63, and myself.
Yeah.
Most importantly, we want to give a shout out to you folks.
Thank you.
Without you, none of this would be truly possible.
Yeah.
Every one of us had a role to play.
You as a listener, you as a interactor, right, on social medias, as a watcher of Colton, as a donator for the campaigns, right? Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you for everything as well, Charlotte.
Thank you, Colton. Thank you for these opportunities and really for your ambition to go after the things that you're really, truly passionate about. And thank you for constantly learning and for being so open in your learning and having me alongside learning with you. I really appreciate all your time and dedication that you put into this. You're doing an outstanding job.
Thank you. And here's to 5 more years.
Here's for 5. Cheers, everyone. I hope you're holding a glass of sparkling cider.
Yep. So thank you folks so much for tuning in. Remember, there'll be disappointments in life, but we humans have the power to turn those disappointments into accomplishments. From all of us at Life of a Content Creating College Student, this is WayneZ0207, the fourth wall breaking one-man army, alongside Charlotte Waite, signing out. Happy anniversary, folks.
Have a good night, everyone. See you later.
Thank you for tuning in to the WayneZ0207 5th anniversary special on Life of a Content Creating College Student. This podcast was made possible by the Oregon Institute of Technology, whose staff has provided me with an academic opportunity bestowed upon me to learn audio engineering and reflect on some of the other things that I've been learning in college. This podcast is distributed on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Podtail. Follow these platforms for more scholarly advice and technical expertise. For more fourth wall breaking moments like this, visit the WayneZ0207 website at WayneZ0207-fourthwallbreakinggamer.com.